Hey guys, Rinji here. Once again bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And it's been a while since I mentioned everyone's favorite black company. Company that is so black, no light can escape it. I am of course talking about the VTuber agency from any color, Nijisanji. But this time around, it's not about the company itself and what they did, but about the symptom of the company being bad and attracting some of the worst fan bases around. I'm of course talking about Nijisisters, a moniker for some of the most rabid, some of the most vicious fans of VTubing out there. And this time around, they got upset about something they usually get upset, something incredibly petty. So without further ado, let me explain the whole complex story. So you see, not that long ago, in fact very recently, just a few days ago, two VTubers from the agency Globy, owned by Brave Group Europe, based in London, got terminated from the company and both of them decided to give their testimonies about what they suffered under the management of said company. I have a whole stream about that. You can find it in the description of this video. I go into the in-depth of what happened during that time, as well as present testimonies from the two VTubers that experienced all of that. So you can make up your own decisions whether the firing was just or wasn't. But spoilers, it looks like it wasn't. But again, that's for you guys to watch if you are so inclined to do so. But going back to it, one of the VTubers, going by her PL, by her past life VTuber account as Hobo Barbie, decided to make a small video, a humorous video that would help her cope with her recent situation. And to do that, she decided to parody the latest Shrek 5 movie trailer. Let's take a look at it.
Hey, Brave Group.
Who's the fairest of them all? Why?
Globy, of course.
So yeah, that's the video with a short cameo by the Nijisanji logo. As you can see in there, twerking, twerking in the background with both of the VTubers, Olido Lulu and Square Mimi, as they were known in Globy, being shocked at the termination notice that showed up at the end. And normally it's just, just a silly video. But Nijisisters didn't take it that way. For them, it's not just a video. It's an insult of a personal variety. So let's take a look at what these Niji stans, the Nijisisters, had to say about all of this. Here's that particular tweet with the video by Hobo Barbie, saying, "Oh my god, Shrek 5 looks so good, guys." Laughing emoji. And there have been plenty of quote retweets of this fashion. "When I'm unfunny and unemployed, so I have to drag other people into my issues and appeal to the worst demographic." And it continued and it got worse, believe it or not. I understand that her situation is fucked up and beyond belief. Then you go immediately cater to people that are also crazily transphobic, racist, etc. The niche joke is whatever, but the Venn diagram between antis and bigots is a circle. Sorry if I'm not sympathetic. I wouldn't say you're not sympathetic. You're incredibly melodramatic. Just because someone is making fun of the company that you like, apparently, that doesn't mean they're catering to something, considering who Hobo Barbie actually is and what she stands for. If you knew, you wouldn't be saying shit like that. You know, it's just so happened that the company that Hobo Barbie is making fun of, along with Globy and Brave Group in general, it just so happens that the company is incredibly bad, has incredibly bad PR, and has been getting into shit for years now. Almost bullying someone into suicide twice. Having a whole VTuber group, a whole VTuber Korean group being filled with bullies, essentially going after each other and abusing one another, and you were so disgusted by that, and you know the situation was so unsalvageable at that point that you just asked the whole group never to be heard from again. It's the company that decided to punish a VTuber for not knowing the rules of baseball, which later on resulted in her graduating after the suspension. And so much more. And I've covered this over years at this point. I even made several streams about the stuff that they did. I even have a whole tier list. The numbers of infractions is off the charts when it comes to Nijisanji and what they did over the years. So yeah, their reputation is rightfully earned. And it's not about, you know, catering to people that are anti-Nijisanji, apparently being full of bigots and stuff like that. And not just people disliking a company that's just clearly bad, like objectively bad. But it's the bigots that are doing this. It's catering to bigots. But let's continue because it gets just dumber. Always does. Wasn't she the one who got fired from her job? This you? Baby Herman? Trying? These people are so petty and childish. Guess she needed clout after being fired. Raises hands emoji. Gonna start calling you guys Kaido, the way you'll blame everything on Niji like they're the dark reunion. I'm missing some context for this very truly like response, but I imagine it's something petty as the rest of these comments. Let's continue. Notice how it's always the stinky unemployed ones. You're really like using Niji for everything just to get your so-called career keep going. No wonder you got fired. Laughing emoji. These freaking people, man. Hilarious how this is the only way for an ex-corp or VTuber to gain clout. Crying emoji. Jump scare for haters. Boo! I don't know how a sinking company still generate this much audience. And this is the EN only concert, by the way, without the Japanese members. Yeah, promote your concert, promote your Nijisanji stuff, as if it matters at this point. Just because they have a significant amount of people still watching them doesn't immediately or erase what they did at all, whatsoever. And this person then just continues, quoted reading this one. Your beloved company almost killed someone, made the lives of many of its former talents miserable. But somehow we are the worst demographic for making fun of them? Yeah, right. Double laughing out loud emoji. Choke on that, bourgeois butcher weirdo, lol. And they replied, in double parentheses, almost killed someone. Well, you guys bird fans would never accept the fact if people telling you the truth anyways, lol. By bird, they of course talking about Doki Bird, the VTuber I've mentioned that was one Selantatsuki that got fired from the company and was bullied almost into committing suicide twice by said company. Let's continue. You guys really treating her like the most innocent person in the world who never make a mistake. It's so funny. Laughing emoji. The fact she never addressed her fans' behavior. Incorrect, by the way. She did. She said to essentially lay off and, you know, live and let live. And not to engage. But these people, they like their little narratives going. Because people leaving Nijisanji or people getting fired from Nijisanji need to be depersoned. They need to be the enemy. So these people have reasons to act the way they do. But let's continue reading. The fact she never addressed her fans' behavior is pretty telling you about her. It was impossible for her to manage many people. So why are some other VTubers able to remind their fandoms to behave better? You just need to say, please behave better, and she doesn't even do it. Petty and dumb aggressors. Let's continue. Low-key disappointed. You felt the need to drag Niji for no good reason, appeal for the 4chan incels, but still wishing you the best as a fellow Brit. Which is actually funny. To give you a little bit of additional context for why Niji would actually be used in this context in this video. It's not just, you know, that Nijisanji is an example of a bad black VTuber company. It's also because the Globy management, as we learned from testimonies of Olido Lulu, as Silly on her PL, during the stream that I mentioned, she mentioned that the management behind Globy, they had aspirations to be just like Nijisanji. So putting Nijisanji in there, I would say is quite apt. It's quite fitting. Because Globy is pretty much on their way to becoming like that as well. You know, harassing and taking advantage of your VTubers. It sounds a little bit like a very colorful rainbow company that I know, that just so happens to be of the blackest variety, wouldn't you say? But yeah, that's the context for that. So I do think this is actually relevant. Nijisanji being mentioned in there is more than relevant. Let's continue. How do you support the LGBT and pander to bigots? You're dead ass. And the reply to that is, bigotry is when you don't support the company which has evidently made serious mistakes. Bigotry is when I put this big dick in your mouth. Hashtag, you're so dumb as shit. Yeah. That's the level of discourse you're gonna have with Nijisanji stands, especially the ones that are a little bit on the underage side. But then again, I've seen their demographics. I've seen their I've seen the outline of that, and it's mostly people in their 20s. So it's just men, children, adults, or supposed adults that behave like this. Fucking fantastic, isn't it? Let's continue. I'll be scratching my previous statement to say I still have sympathy for her, because that's the entire, that entire termination fiasco is fiasco is horrible. But I still do not think dragging Rainbow Nijisanji in a conversation that they have nothing to do with is the way to go about this. I don't know. Just out of her to do. These people are taking it so fucking personally, as if the company. Well, of course, this is a Vogue Sakuma fan, so that's to be expected. It's like these people feel that they're personally insulted because someone decides to make fun of the company. You need to disengage, dear Nijisanji stans. The company is the company. The talents that you like within the company are their own separate people. You don't have to treat these entities as one and the same. Just go enjoy your stupid fucking VTubers and let people justly make fun of the black company. Again, you don't have to think that Nijisanji is an extension of your body, and that someone is punching that that body, and you're also getting hurt by it. You don't really need to think in those categories. Let's continue. Gotta pay those bills somehow, IG LMFAO. We're too nice. Can't even feel bad for them. LOL. Yeah, you guys are too nice. May I remind you, it's Nijisanji stands that have previously doxed the likes of Sayu Synchronicity. Previously, Zion Lanza of Nijisanji. And a lot of them spread that around. This is the same people that have congregated on the now defunct forum known as NIFCO in order to essentially brigade people they didn't like in order to conspire against the people that wronged them in some way. And that involves doxing and spreading personal information of said VTubers. So yeah, you guys aren't too nice. You're essentially one of the worst or the worst fan base of any VTuber company out there. And that is a fact, my dear friends. Let's continue. I don't get why it's expected for Niji and fans to be the bigger person every time. There's no rush to expect basic decency towards us minding our own business. I think it's important to be mindful of our actions as well. Dear one of the biggest Nijisisters around, Jasmine, the company was made fun of, not you as a fan base. Hobo Barbie has made no allusions to the fan base whatsoever, only the company. But you guys take it so fucking personally, and then you say you're minding your own business. Yeah, you're minding your own business so fucking much that you're in her quote retweets and replies, saying that she deserved it, and that some of them do not feel any sympathy for what happened to her, and then you shit on her too. You're minding your own business. Yes. That's what you do. If you minded your own business, you won't have the reputation that you do. Let's continue reading. When several of us quote retweet someone, it is a reflection of us. I just think it's fair to expect us not to be upset when people continue to make unnecessary pot shots at us. Dear bitch, you're not the extension of the company. It's the company that's being made fun of. How many times do I have to repeat this for you to understand? We can't show ire without being accused of being unkind. Well, you know, the other option is just not engaging at all. Maybe consider doing that next time. And in the same breath, some of you do choose to be extremely unkind in scenarios that don't need that. I don't like this take the I mentality, but I need people to know when not to be angry. That's not a thing with Nijisanji's sisters. Sorry. The Nijisisters are consistently angry and petty, as you've probably already seen. And then people quote retweeted this with, I actually wasn't going to say anything, but legit, that VTuber did piss me off. Yeah, it sucks for her, and I'm sorry she had to go through that. Taking pot shots at the company you don't even work for and don't know the full story of just rubbed me the wrong way. And then they continued. But I blocked her because I was gonna stand. I wasn't gonna stand for that. I'm just so tired of people bringing us down when you all have just, you're not the company. You all have just tried to move on and make things better for our livers. Yeah, that's why their viewership is declining. Maybe start watching your favorite VTubers. Then you'll be doing shit for them. And I feel like the company is really trying to be better. It's not perfect, but it's a process. Yeah, let's not forget the ongoing alleged sex pest investigation that is... it doesn't seem like it's gonna be solved anytime soon. But when it does, shit is gonna blow up again. I assure you of that. Let's continue. And to constantly get made fun of the past fuck-ups is just so tiring. Well, they're not just past fuck-ups. almost killing somebody twice is not something people are gonna forget ever. You need to live with that reputation or go be in another fan base. My dear Eva Punk Vox Akuma fan, they / he. You need to toughen up and just learn to take it up the bum. And again, yeah, I feel bad for her, and why I can somehow emphasize with her. I don't feel much sympathy. Well, that's contradicting yourself. If she's gonna make jokes at someone else's expense just to make herself feel better, it's not cool. Okay, y'all can stop liking this thread now. Double laughing aloud emoji. Guess a lot of you agree with me, lol. Yeah, because sorry to say, but a lot of you are actually quite retarded, and that's a fact. That's why you have the reputation you do as well. Let's continue. People been making corny jokes and worse for over 2 years at least. I don't think we have to take the brunt of that. No, you have to. Because you constantly behave the way you do. You're doing this to yourself at this point. And it's not a failure of the community when people are naturally upset about that. No, it is the failure of the community because, again, you feel yourself as the extension of the company, not just fans of something. And when a company gets insulted, you feel as if your mother herself got insulted. Insane. I don't like that we are nowhere near the toxicity of the global and Western community. Oh, you are at the top of it. But you have to bow down to it. Our livers have to bow down to it. If you don't want to acknowledge that, but want to only acknowledge our community's faults, I think that sucks. There's very little positivity there from you. Because you also hold your livers hostage. Any of your livers do anything that you don't like, you harass them endlessly. It happens all the time, damn time. I covered it so many times on my channel too. You guys are absolutely the worst. And to me, that's a fact. That's not even an opinion. That's like an objective fact. Let's continue. You should expect these jokes, ATP. Okay, and weirdos should expect to get dogpiled when they start shit unprovoked. So, oh, so now you think harassing them is okay. Well, there's that reputation you didn't earn, I guess. I wouldn't have cared at all if it was at least something original instead of haha, my old job is photos scoped to look like Niji. Nah, for real though. Personally, I don't know who that VTuber is, but if their way to cope is by dragging and making fun of my community, then I wouldn't feel bad for them either, no matter their situation. Petty, dumb motherfuckers. Seriously. Now, cause they're going through something horrible, isn't an excuse, LMFAO. Like, sorry, IDGF. If you're having the worst day of your life, if you're gonna start shit, then don't go crying about it when people bite back. Have some sympathy. For some random asshole online? Yeah, no. God, I wish some people got paddled so badly. And then, you know, they also went directly to Hobo Barbie's replies, not just quote retweets like that. It's direct replies like this one. She really needs to stay relevant before she goes indie and gathers fans to support her. She was indie before that, in case you didn't notice. That's why she rides to Niji and hates, boom, incel fans. Classic. I know someone who pulled that move, so I'm not surprised, and I'm not going to judge either. Well, judging by that statement, I think you're already plenty judgmental, so whatever. But lastly, they also had this to say. I say you're going to do great with that move with your intellectually challenged unicorn and incel fans, because I know a lot of people do that. And they're doing just great with their unicorn incel fans. Good luck. These people, man. And And they're surprised they have the reputation that they do. Zero self-awareness. But you know, Nijisisters are just gonna Nijisister. For right now, that's everything, and I hope to see you on the next one.